Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss about the wastewater treatment 2. Today we will discuss the point activated sludge process. In activated sludge, organic and inorganic matters are present in three stages: suspended form, dissolved form and colloidal form. For removal of all these matters present in sewage, primary and secondary process has to be done. For removal, all the suspended forms present in sewage are removed by a primary process, and remaining one means dissolved form and colloidal form removed by a secondary process. Secondary process contains the aerobic process, in which in the presence of O2 the organic matter convert into two parts, 50% of biomass and 50% into energy, which is used by bacteria again. This is called the aerobic process. Means the microorganism presence of O2 start to degrade organic matter, means dissolved and colloidal form of matter present in sewage, and get converted into a 50% of biomass and 50% energy used to its own growth, means to growth of bacteria present in the sewage. For this the two processes are used. First one is the attached growth system and second one is the suspended growth system. First of all, the trickling filter, which is also known as the attached growth system. The sewage allowed to pass from the trickling filter, where the microorganism is to be attached. So this attack on the organic matter and again converted into a biomass. This is we will discuss in a next lecture also. Then second one is the suspended growth system. The sewage allowed to pass from trunk, we can see in this diagram, and microorganism present in sewage convert into organic matter. This organic matter to biomass. This organic matter present in a sewage is alternately also called as the food. We can see in a diagram there is the one sewage initial tank. Primary clarification means where the dirt, all the particles then the suspended particles get removed by a primary clarification. Then these are again passed through a next one, this tank, where the sewage or the organic matters is present and the very low quantity of microorganisms are present. At initial level, microorganisms are less because the organic matter, means alternatively we call as the food, is less. Then microorganisms which are suspended start to convert into a organic matter, means they are get degraded by a microorganism and start to convert into a organic matter to the biomass. So number of microorganisms get increased by this process. Then the sewage pass in a secondary sedimentation tank, which is settled down in the tank. Whenever these sewage is passed into a secondary sedimentation tank, the organic matter again divided into two subtypes, 50% sludge and 50% of its energy. So the microorganism present in sludge is also called as the active microorganism, and hence the sludge formation is called as the active sludge. This active sludge again pass throughout the process, and some again pass in a tank for the microorganism. Means these are again in the form of cycles, they are pass out. So the microorganisms increase, number of microorganisms present in initial tank, means where the food is initially submit, get at that tank the number of microorganism, means the quantity of microorganism get increased. So when the microorganism increase, then the biological oxygen demand get decrease, because the microorganisms start to decay the organic matter. If we consider that the m is the max, then all uh, O2 means the oxygen get used, and so the anaerobic conditions apply, and so the filament microorganism form which having a maximum surface area. Means whenever we start to recycle, means whenever these food are again pass into a tank, next tank, then again microorganism containing slurry or that sludge is passed into a initial food, then the percentage of oxygen get decreases and number of microorganism get increases, and this condition is called the anaerobic condition. In this condition, the surface area and when it is passed into a secondary sedimentation tank, it never settle down. So our purpose is not to be solved. We know that our purpose is the removal of biological oxygen demand. To oxidize food means organic matter, uh, oxygen is required, and the microorganism use that oxygen and decompose the food. So the percentage of microorganism is increased and the percentage of O2 is decreased. At that condition, when this condition is applied, then anaerobic conditions is called. We know that the anaerobic condition means in the absence of oxygen uh, in the tank. In this reaction, the acidic condition form, means whenever the anaerobic conditions is applied, this is also called the means automatically the pH get decrease, means pH of this tank get decrease, and the acidic condition means we know that the whenever pH get decrease, the acidic condition get increase. So it reduce the pH of that activated sludge, and septic conditions followed by the tank. In these septic condition, the filamentous or the microorganism grow whose surface area is large as compared to its volume. So when the sludge pass in a secondary sedimentation tank, then the sludge is not settled down, so our purpose not solved. Microorganisms are of two types. First one is the autotroph and second one is the heterotroph. When the food is less in a tank, so the autotroph condition apply, and they eat the nitrogen from the food, and sludge pass into a secondary sedimentation tank. Means N2 gas evolved, and so the sludge is also float at the surface, and this condition is called the blanket. It is also called the sludge blanket, means it never settle down due to the presence of nitrogen gas evolution. In general, we can shortly form that the whenever the autotroph microorganisms are present, whenever the organic food is inserted in an initial tank, at that condition, when there is the autotroph condition is applied, means that all microorganisms start to eat the nitrogen, and whenever they consume the nitrogen, that time the evolution of gas is formed in a secondary sedimentation tank, means from first tank to second tank, whenever we activated sludge get pass. At that condition, we want to separate the water and activated sludge, but whenever the that autotroph condition is applied, then the evolution of gas is formed, and whenever this slurry is present into a secondary sedimentation tank, then nitrogen gas is evolved. Because of this nitrogen gas, the activated sludge get float on the surface of that surface in a secondary sedimentation tank, and this condition is called, or that form is called that the blanket. Means whenever the F by M, means the food with ratio with the microorganism get decrease, then the less sludge bulking forms, and when the F by M ratio is increased, the less efficient, means the biological oxygen demand not removed. This is called the secondary sedimentation or the activated sludge process. The activated sludge process provides an excellent method of treating either raw sewage or more generally the settled sewage. The sewage effluent from the primary sedimentation tank is mixed with a 20 to 30% of its own volume of activated sludge, which contains a large concentration of highly activated aerobic microorganism, means the O2 conditions is applied. The mixture, either an aeration tank, when the microorganisms and sewage are intimately mixed together with a large quantity of air for the 4 to 8 hours. Under these conditions, the moving organisms will oxidize the organic matter, and the suspended and colloidal matters tend to coagulate and not precipitate, which settle down readily in the secondary sedimentation tank. Then this settled sludge is also called activated sludge. It is then again recycled to the head to the aeration tank to be mixed again with the sewage being treated. New activated sludge is continuously being proceeded in this process, and the portion of the being with the sludge called the during sludge collected during the primary treatment. After primary treatment, the effluent obtained from properly operated activated sludge plant is of high quality, usually having a lower biological oxygen demand than that of the trickling filter plant. These biological oxygen demand removed up to the 80 to 95%, and bacteria removed up to 90 to 95% in this condition. In this process, the close degree of control is necessary to operation get success. In this, the first one is this: the supply of oxygen is present is important factor. Second factor is that there is the intimate and the continuous mixing of the sewage and activated sludge is necessary. Third point is the ratio of the volume of activated sludge added to the volume of sewage being treated is kept practically constant. There is a problem. These three conditions are very important. Then there is again a problem obtained during the activated sludge at the start of new plant. Hence, when a new plant is put into the operation, a period of about the 4 weeks may be required to form a suitable return sludge, and during this period almost all the sludge from the secondary sedimentation tank will be returned through the aeration tank. A new plant may also sometimes be needed with the activated sludge from the another plant, so as to quickly start the process is in the new plant is must. This is all about the activated sludge process. Then we can discuss about how this activated sludge process is happen. This is also we know that this is also known as the secondary treatment, because in a primary treatment there are some points we already discussed in a previous chapter or the previous lecture, that what is meant by the primary process. We know that the removal of dirt particles using a grit, this is all included in a primary process. So here all the points get, I think that all the points get clear about the secondary treatment through activated sludge process. It is also called the aerobic suspended culture. Hope so you learn about all these points. Thank you.